Final trailer just dropped and I watched it at 0.25x speed. Doing this lets you see every subtle detail, every frame, every tiny movement the creators included. And trust me, when you slow it down this much, the trailer reveals things that are easy to miss in real time. From old shots we've seen in previous trailers to completely new sequences, this trailer is packed with tension, action, and mystery. I went frame by frame and broke down everything I could spot. Here's what I found. Steve's BMW. The trailer opens on a familiar yet tense scene. Steve's BMW parked on an empty street. The lights are flickering all around, instantly setting a suspenseful mood. On top of the car is the large radio antenna, clearly indicating this is part of their WSQK setup. Dustin asks if their plan will work, and Steve replies, yeah, it better work. It's not like we're conspicuous or anything. His sarcasm is obvious, especially as the camera pans upward toward the antenna. That shot is subtle, but it immediately communicates the humor and tension that's going to follow in this sequence. It also reminds us that even when stakes are high, the show keeps that signature mix of suspense and comedy. WSQK van. Next, we see the WSQK van barreling up the path toward the radio station. Dust and debris fly behind it, emphasizing speed and urgency. Dustin and Steve jump out, along with a mystery character. We only see their shoes, but even in slow motion, you can notice the careful choreography, every movement timed for maximum cinematic impact. The van itself is important, it's not just a vehicle. It's a mobile hub for the group's operations. Watching it at 0.25x speed makes you notice the way the wheels kick up dirt, and the suspension reacts as it hits uneven terrain. These small details make the scene feel grounded, even amidst the chaos of the storyline. Hallway with Mike and Lucas. We cut to Hawkins Middle School, where Mike and Lucas are in the hallways, presumably trying to convince Erica to help with the Turnbow trap. Mike says, "We have a plan. It's a bit insane." What's fascinating in slow motion is how the camera captures the tension in their movements, the subtle way they shift weight, the nervous gestures. Even their expressions are more nuanced. You can almost feel the unspoken pressure of having to recruit Erica, someone they know will challenge them and question every step. This hallway scene reminds us that even in a supernatural crisis, character dynamics remain central. Eleven and Hopper. Next is a shot we've seen in previous trailers. Eleven using her powers alongside Hopper in the upside-down military lab. While not new, slowing it down reveals the force of her psychic energy, the way the lights flicker, and the intensity in Hopper's eyes as he supports her. It's a visually rich shot, even if the plot beats are familiar. Robin and Mike in the radio van. We return to the radio van, parked outside the Turnbow mansion. Robin and Mike are sitting inside, ready for what's next. Robin says, "What could go wrong?" Another line dripping with sarcasm. Mike looks concerned, reflecting the typical balance of excitement and fear that defines the group's approach to danger. Dustin, Jonathan, and Nancy in the upside down. Dustin, Jonathan, and Nancy are next, inspecting something with a flashlight in an unknown upside down location. Dustin says, "No idea, but I think we should find out." Watching this slowly, you can see the characters' subtle glances at each other, their body language telling a story of uncertainty and bravery. Even the smallest movements, like a step forward or a hesitant reach, communicate the weight of what's happening. Military approach. The next major sequence ramps up the stakes. Lieutenant Sullivan and a large group of soldiers are closing in on a metal plate embedded in the ground. The plate is about to burst open, and it's clear it serves as a barrier for one of the upside-down gates. Suddenly, a Demogorgon leaps out, letting out a blood-curdling scream. This is a pivotal moment. The military is clearly trying to contain whatever's coming from the upside down, but their preparedness is already being tested. The chaos here signals that containment alone won't be enough. Indalbiner and the Demogorgons are multiplying or acting with increasing aggression. This is one of the first major action sequences that clearly raises the stakes for both the humans and the creatures. Crouch mission planning. We cut to some episode 1 content. Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Will gather around a picnic table, hands joining in the middle. Mike asks, "Everyone in?" And even though Dustin hesitates at first, he ultimately says, "I want to see Vecna's heart on a platter," before joining. This is a crucial plot point. It establishes the crawl mission early, showing how the core group is unified and ready to take a dangerous risk. The handshake is a symbolic moment. It confirms that despite their fear, the kids are committed to a plan that could very well put them in extreme danger. It also reminds us that personal stakes, especially with Vecna, are front and center from the start. Upside down wall. The trailer then shows Eleven and Hopper looking at a massive wall of upside down matter, the physical end of the upside down. Though we've seen this before, its presence reinforces the scale of the threat. Plot-wise, this wall isn't just a backdrop, it represents the boundary the group must confront. The fact that the wall exists visually confirms that the upside down isn't just spreading randomly, it has limits, and these limits may be central to how the characters plan to fight back. Demogorgons attack WSQK. Next, 3 gates open behind the WSQK radio station. Demogorgons emerge and immediately go on the offensive, leaping after unknown targets. This quickly escalates as they attack the Bradley's big buy truck, jumping on it and trying to break through to whatever is inside. Robin and Murray are in the cab. Robin screams, "What the hell just happened?" while Murray responds, "I have no idea, but I love it," and laughs manically. This scene is pure chaos, but from a plot perspective, it serves multiple purposes. First, it shows that the Demogorgons are acting strategically or instinctively, targeting whatever they sense is most important. Second, it demonstrates that even Robin and Murray, who often bring comic relief, are now directly involved in the front lines of the battle. The trailer here makes it clear that danger is everywhere, no character is safe, and the threat is no longer confined to one location. Turnbow Mansion. Preparation. Jonathan and Nancy take their positions behind a bar in the Turnbow Mansion. Nancy holds a shotgun, Jonathan grips a lit flare. This is straightforward in plot terms. The group is readying for a defensive confrontation, likely part of the planned Turnbow trap. Watching this at slow speed emphasizes the intensity of the preparation. You can see how each character has a role, Nancy as the shooter, Jonathan as support, and it reinforces that the team must coordinate under extreme pressure. This isn't just action for spectacle, it's strategic setup for a major encounter. Will's terror. The trailer cuts to a close-up of Will Byers standing in a farm at night. He says, "He knows where we are," clearly terrified. Plot-wise, this is one of the most important lines in the trailer. It confirms that Vecna or another force is actively hunting the group. Will's fear signals that the threat is immediate, and it underscores the personal stakes. The Upside Down isn't just an abstract danger, it's targeting them directly, and their location is compromised. Lucas. An Upside Down tunnel. Next, Lucas and several unidentified characters navigate a tunnel in the Upside Down. A Demogorgon drops from above, and Lucas reacts by raising a crowbar. He turns around, possibly seeing another creature behind him. From a story perspective, this shows the group moving into unknown territory. The Upside Down is not static, it's filled with sudden ambushes and threats at every turn. Lucas's line of sight and readiness for combat suggests that the survivors must stay constantly vigilant. The sequence communicates danger through both environment and action, reinforcing that exploration equals risk. Downtown Hawkins Military Zone. The trailer moves to downtown Hawkins, where Joyce is seen passing an unconscious Will Byers to Mike. A Demogorgon leaps directly over them, narrowly missing the 3. This moment is visually intense, but slowing it down makes it clear just how close the danger is. From a plot standpoint, this scene underscores the heightened risk the group is facing. Will is no longer just a victim of the Upside Down's influence. He's central to the immediate action. His unconscious state raises tension because the characters must protect him while simultaneously executing whatever plan they've devised. Mike's role here is crucial. He's not just fighting or hiding, he's the one coordinating the protection of his friend under extreme duress. This scene effectively bridges the personal stakes, which is Will's safety, with the broader threat, Demogorgon attacks. This shows the audience why the next few episodes will be high stakes. Downtown Church and Flamethrower. Sequence. Mike and Lucas are then seen inside the Hawkins Presbyterian Church, looking out a window while counting down. Mike says boom, and immediately soldiers unleash flamethrowers at the massive military portal. A huge explosion follows nearby. This is a clear escalation in both scope and danger. The portal is no longer a distant or theoretical threat, it is actively being engaged by military forces. Mike and Lucas's observation point suggests that even the children are involved in real-time monitoring and coordination, showing that the adults are no longer the only ones making critical decisions. The flamethrowers and explosions highlight how extreme the measures have become. This isn't just defense, it's a direct attack on the Upside Down's infrastructure. From a narrative standpoint, it signals that the show is leaning into large-scale conflict, blending human ingenuity with supernatural threat. Erica, at Hawkins Middle School. We cut back to Hawkins Middle School, where Erica confronts Mike and Lucas in the hallway. A timer goes off, and she taps her watch, saying, "Time's up." Her tone is sarcastic, and it's clear she's rejecting their plan. Slow motion emphasizes the precision of the moment. The timer and her gesture give the scene a cinematic rhythm. Plot-wise, this shot is important because it shows the logistical limits of the group's plan. Even if they want to act, they face external constraints and skeptical allies. Erica's refusal adds friction to the story, reminding viewers that cooperation is never guaranteed, even among friends, and that any plan has real-world obstacles obstacles beyond supernatural threats. This tension heightens the sense of urgency and forces the main characters to confront both interpersonal and external challenges simultaneously. Dr. K and soldiers. The next shot shows Dr. K storming into a room with soldiers, red alarms blaring. Though we've seen this in previous trailers, its narrative importance remains significant. The continued military involvement suggests coordination between scientific authorities and armed forces, implying that the stakes have risen to a level requiring combined expertise. Even though the shot is older, its placement in the trailer reinforces that the humans' response is organized, but far from foolproof. It gives the impression that the upcoming episodes will feature large-scale operations involving multiple groups, not just the main kids or individual heroes. Strategically, this shows that the show is maintaining a balance between character-driven tension and globalized threat escalation. Shot 18. Hopper and Eleven at the upside-down wall. Hopper and Eleven are back in front of the massive upside-down wall. Hopper says, "We gotta go." This line, while brief, is a narrative pivot. It signals imminent action and the point of no return. From a plot perspective, it reinforces the wall as both a physical and symbolic obstacle. The characters are about to leave safety behind, whether by choice or necessity. This is a classic setup for climactic sequences, the calm before the storm moment that reminds the audience just how dangerous the Upside Down has become. It also subtly underscores Hopper's protective role. He is aware of the risk but pushes forward anyway, showing leadership under pressure. Shot 11 using flight powers. We see 11 using her newly revealed flight powers to leap over a military fence in the Upside Down. This is another old shot, but in the context of the trailer, it demonstrates mobility and tactical advantage. Plot-wise, it highlights that 11 has grown significantly in power and versatility. She is no longer confined to stationary telekinetic attacks. She can now navigate the battlefield in a new way, giving her and her allies strategic flexibility. This makes it clear that the team's plans will involve coordinated maneuvers that require precise timing, risk-taking, and trust in one another. Her abilities also raise the tension because the Upside Down is unpredictable. How much can even 11 manage when multiple dangers are involved? BMW escape. The trailer concludes with Nancy, Jonathan, Steve, and Dustin inside Steve's BMW. This is the most dramatic sequence and serves as the trailer's climax. Nancy says, "Do it," setting the tone for immediate action. Steve hits the gas and shifts gears, speeding toward a temporary gate located on the outer wall of a farm silo. The gate is closing fast, which immediately creates a race against time scenario. Every character in the car is panicked. Dustin screams, "Oh my god, it's not gonna work!" And Jonathan adds, "We're not gonna make it!" Steve counters with determination, shouting, "I got it! I got it! Hang on!" Watching this at 0.25x speed reveals the incredible precision of the shot composition. The car barely fits through the gate, and the side mirrors are knocked off by the walls. From a plot standpoint, this scene encapsulates the recurring theme of calculated risk. Every move is deliberate but tense, illustrating that the group's courage is constantly tested. The BMW sequence isn't just action for spectacle, it's narrative resolution of one immediate threat, while signaling that larger dangers are still looming. This escape also reinforces Steve's role as a reliable, resourceful figure under pressure. His ability to navigate the BMW through such a tight and dangerous gap mirrors the group's overall approach: strategic, daring, and often relying on split-second timing. Closing analysis: old vs new footage. Now that we've gone shot by shot, it's worth noting which sequences are new and which have appeared in previous trailers. Several of the Upside Down shots, like 11's flight, the massive wall, and the laboratory scene with Hopper, are old footage. These shots serve as visual anchors, reminding viewers of the scale and stakes without giving away new plot points. The truly new content, however, drives the narrative forward. The BMW escape, the Demogorgons attacking the WSQK radio station and the Bradley's truck, the Turnbow Mansion prep with Nancy and Jonathan, and Will's line, "He knows where we are all crucial new plot beats. These moments reveal not just immediate threats, but also how the characters are responding strategically. Watching them at 0.25x speed emphasizes timing and planning, who acts first, who supports, and where the danger lies. Conclusion: The Stranger Things 5 Volume 1 price. Trailer, when slowed down, reveals a level of narrative density that is easy to miss in real time. From high-stakes action sequences to strategic planning and character interplay, every shot has purpose. The trailer establishes the tone, stakes, and direction for the season, while hinting at the dangers and challenges that await the group. By analyzing each frame, it becomes clear that the final season is going to blend intense supernatural threats with carefully orchestrated human responses, showcasing teamwork, bravery, and calculated risk. Old shots provide context and continuity, while new footage drives the story forward, giving viewers offers both the familiar and the excitingly new. In short, watching the trailer at 0.25x speed doesn't just reveal hidden details, it makes you appreciate how much planning, tension, and strategy went into both the trailer and the story it's teasing. And judging by what we've seen, Volume 1 is shaping up to be one of the most high-stakes, intense entries in the entire series.